pressure coming, and down he goes. Joe Giles-Harris, the leading tackler. The outside backer hauls him down.
Episode 5, man. Here we are. Joe Giles-Harris.
Hey, this is big, man. Hey,
First real guest.
you know what?
Yeah, this is our first real guest.
Also my first time on it, though.
And also Andrew McGuire's first time. And you know, we had a lot of offers on the table. We had a couple guys coming in. We had LeBron. We almost had on.
Yeah, that's LeBron.
Joe Biden wanted to come
Joe
on.
Biden.
But we said, you know what? We're going with the hometown hero.
Yeah.
Got stuck with me. That's
going
what
with Joe.
happened. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, we picked him. We're
Maybe,
not
Yeah.
maybe we can get Julius Randle next week.
Yeah, but hey, we'll send him. We'll shoot him some kind of DM. We'll see if he
I
responds.
DM'd Patrick Beverly last night. I DM'd him. I said, come to the Knicks, and like 10 minutes later, it was like he signed with the Knicks.
Oh, that probably made his decision for him as soon as we got that.
Dude, I've been DMing players in free agency like it's my job.
Hey, man, that's not
No
bad.
answers, though. No
You know
fucking
what?
answers.
Andrew,
Gotta keep
we know
shooting.
you're banged up. We got the shoulder. Andrew fucked up his shoulder going into a burning building and saving 6 kids. And he fucking was lifting this heavy piece of wood up to get this one
I
kid
don't
out.
buy it.
Threw his shoulder out.
It's the biggest
That's
conspiracy.
what I like to imagine.
Let's fucking,
Now I'm like Bucky. They put the
Yeah,
extra bone in
I
me.
wanted you to get a metal arm.
I might just actually
But
get
you
a
go
full
with the black
sleeve
one
so I'd
or
look like
silver
Bucky. I might just go full, no, silver.
Oh.
Silk.
Silver.
Yeah, but the
you
black-
gotta rock the black.
The black and
was
gold
hard.
one?
Black and
the
gold
gold
was hard.
lines?
Do you have a scar?
I have stitches like, I'm gonna have stitches from here to
It's a
here.
fake bandage.
Ooh, it's fake damage. I got it.
That's tough, dude.
Operation game.
That's awful. How long's the recovery?
4 to 6 months.
How the fuck we got Joe Giles-Harris on the podcast?
We don't need to be
literally
talking
haven't.
about
We
it.
literally
Fuck you.
haven't stopped
Yeah, you
talking
know
about
what?
Andy.
Fuck you.
I literally don't
Don't
give a
talk
shit
about
about
My
Andy.
bad.
Got
Fuck
that out of
you.
the way.
How was the whole fucking draft process, bro?
Man, it's crazy. It's really one of those things where it's one of the things. I mean, it's different. It's
Yeah.
nothing like I expected it was gonna be. It was like up and down, traveling there and there, training, doing all types of things, and for it to finally be over, I was very happy, and I'm very happy with my situation right now. I can't complain. Like,
Yeah.
everything's looking up.
It's a similar process to what you did before intramurals this year.
Yeah, I had them all a lot of different options. So I'm an intramural flag football champion. I mean,
We are champions.
You did
We do have that in us.
I was gonna try to put together a highlight tape for Joe here. Maybe we could show around, show some guys
Show
around
some
the
guys.
NFL.
Kind of
see if I
backups.
could-
Kind of backups the Jags
I
got.
could-
Maybe show Coughlin, maybe. you know?
Fucking Nate Peterman's in the NFL, so maybe I could.
That was another low blow at you.
Yeah.
Still got a roster. Still on a roster spot.
That's
So
unbelievable.
someone still believes in him.
So wait, what was that phone? What was that phone call like though? When you got the call from the Jaguars?
Was it like a relief because like you went undrafted, right?
Yeah, no, it was definitely exciting. Just the whole process, you know. It was one of those things where I didn't want to get disappointed at all,
Yeah.
and I was just happy, really happy to be going somewhere.
Yeah.
So when they called, you know, my agent called me, and I think it was a done deal right then. At that point, like right, it was over, and I was heading to Jacksonville. I mean,
How long
Right there.
after the draft they called you?
within the next 5 minutes. Yeah.
That's fucking nuts. It's like
You're getting calls.
it's like they
right
could have
after.
literally either drafted you or they just called you right after. Like that's
Called
fucking
right after.
damn, bro. Did any other teams?
Oh, yeah, I had a few, but I think this was the best option for me.
So fucking good at this.
it's
it's like
been training
Jesus,
for this,
man.
man.
It's like we're
training
sitting in
for
your
this.
basement in your fucking parents' house.
Yeah,
You
he's
just
training
answer
for
like
this,
I'm
man.
Adam Schefter or something.
Yeah, bro. Kidding me?
Yeah, bro. We heard you're a big Marvel fan though.
Big Marvel fan.
You gotta talk to
Very
this
big
fucking
Marvel
guy.
fan.
Hey, I fucking love Marvel, dude. So wait, so when did you see Endgame?
2 days after it came out.
That's awesome.
What did you like better, Endgame or the other one? Infinity War.
The other one.
The other
one.
Put some respect.
I think Endgame. I think I liked Endgame a lot. I think there was, you know,
I'm a big
Most-
Thanos guy.
I was a big Thanos guy too. And when Endgame first started and he died off rip, I was like, this is
That
going
was
to be
crazy.
the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. Like, I paid to see this. And as it went on, I was just hands down like, very excited because I'm a big Game of Thrones guy too. And how that ended, very disappointed in that. So I'm glad Endgame kind of, you know, helped me
Pick
out.
one. Is now Marvel definitely over Game of Thrones after the last season?
Damn,
Even
so
with
you're
that
still a
last
Game of
season, even
Thrones?
that last season,
I'm still with Thrones over Marvel too.
I'm
Really?
a diehard
I was
Thrones
more-
fan.
Really?
I think I'm Marvel.
How about
With
this?
the question,
At this
like
point.
Marvel, like I don't know if before going into both the last season and Marvel, like I obviously didn't
Oh,
think
fuck,
the
I
last
gotta
season
turn
would
this
be
off, right?
as bad, but if you asked me that question, would I rather only have the last season or the two movies. I
And
would
even the
still say
last season still
You
had
just
some
need to
very
see the
solid
conclusion.
episodes.
Yeah.
Very
I liked
solid.
every
Yeah,
episode
no,
in the
that's
last
what- that's
season
what we always
until the
definitely
finale.
I don't rip it as much as other people.
No, I think it was a great show. I think it could have been another 2 episodes. I would have been a little bit happier, but I was on a long ride with it, and it came to an end, and I was satisfied. I was satisfied.
It was a journey.
I feel like the episodes weren't bad. It's just that like it skipped so much time. Was one in between like
it's just rushed.
like what we
It
see?
was
Yeah, it was
very
just rushed. It's like the first, what was it? 7 seasons or 6
6,
seasons
yeah.
took
6.
place over
It's
like
supposed to be a
and
12
then, like
season show.
yeah.
And they made it
8.
with a less
Even
episodes.
2 more episodes, I think I could have been like, this was fun.
Anything
This is
more
straight
would have
to
been
the-
better.
yeah,
Just
any-
anything
any-
more.
There's anything other than
I
what
didn't
they
want
did.
it to end.
right there.
What was your favorite episode of the last season? It had to be Danny going nuts.
I mean, it's either the long night or Danny going nuts.
Long Night sucked, bro.
No, it didn't.
I fucking hated that episode.
I'm not going to say it sucked. I was disappointed that the White Walkers were they didn't do nothing the whole time. And his like little posse was just chilling. They didn't kill one person. Jon Snow killed one of them in season 3.
Definitely.
Yeah,
they
bro.
fucked up
Other
John.
than
They
that-
just fucked up John the whole season.
And other than that, and then Jon Snow was scared to make a move around the ice dragon. I'm like, bro, you got to save everybody's life, and you're just sitting here like, nah, I'm good. Like, come on now.
Yeah, bro. And like
They fucked that up. They fucked that part up.
the Night King.
And you couldn't
so
see the
cool.
first 20 minutes of it. The first
That's
20
what
minutes of the
that's what I
episode
said
was
too.
in the dark.
These fucking guys are like, oh, it adds
Well,
to
I
it.
just also don't know what else they could have done though, because it is the long night. You do
Like,
have to
the
make it in the
darkness
night.
Comes
So
with the
Yes,
Night King.
but
like, gotta
Everybody's
portray
sword
that, I
was on
guess.
fire, and I still couldn't see
true.
nothing.
yeah.
No,
Yeah,
they
that's
did
true.
fuck up parts of it.
Because like that's true. Like that kind of does add to the effect of the episode. How like you can't see anything. It's like you're almost in the battle, but like at the same time, like it's for the fans. It's a spectator. Like it's for the spectators. Like
I thought it was an
if you
audio
can't
book.
see shit, then what's the point of watching the show?
Yeah.
It was still so.
Everything with the last season, still the best.
Even like
TV
Game of
show
Thrones
all
bad
time.
episodes are still
the
fucking-
best TV
Very,
show of
very
all
good.
time. Like,
I still think
Still.
Peaky's gonna be better.
Really?
By the end of it.
there's just so much
Do you watch Peaky?
more.
I
to
don't.
Game of
yeah, there's
Thrones.
just so much
My
more.
roommate
Game
told
of
me
Thrones
to-
than Peaky.
My
Bro,
roommate
it's
told
so
me to
good.
get on it one time, and I just refused to do it.
You gotta do
you
it.
Might have
gotta
to check
watch
it out.
That's a lock.
It's my
What am I
favorite.
watching? I watched. You seen Black Sails?
No.
Seen that? It's a pretty solid show.
What's
I've
on,
been
what network is it on?
Stars.
Okay.
I got accounts all over
Power.
the place.
Also, Power coming
Power's
back.
coming back.
I never
Great.
got
Some
it.
people are like, Power's the best show.
Yeah, no.
I don't watch Power.
It's a very solid show.
Solid.
Very solid.
It's not
I never got
HBO.
into it.
This guy is
Sucks.
not. He doesn't get too high. Doesn't get too low.
Yeah,
Just
you
shoot
gotta stay level. That's why.
A very solid show.
Keep a level head.
I mean,
Yeah.
50 Cent is just like
Yeah.
a ridiculous person. I
Back-
can't believe he has a fucking TV show. Like he's a
guy.
producer, right?
And he's in it.
Yeah.
And he's in it.
Yeah.
The main character.
Kendrick was in it for that one.
Kendrick
was
killed
that
it.
right?
Kendrick
Oh,
actually
sick.
killed that
I
one
could see him
episode.
becoming like an actor.
But like Tommy is just like not that good of an actor. But like he's
But he brings a lot.
like
of,
he's
he brings
good.
lot
Like he's
of
a
fire
great
to the
character. Like I
episodes.
love him as a character, but it's just like
He's needed. He's needed though. He's
Yeah.
needed for the show to keep going.
Ghost is cool.
Was that the
too.
white guy? Is Tommy
Yeah.
the white guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ghost is cool too. But like
Ghost. Who's Ghost?
he's the main character.
Do you
Is
watch
that 50
Power?
Cent?
No.
No, I've never
no,
seen
no.
Power.
Oh, neither
It's,
have I.
what's his real name?
Jamie St. Patrick.
Yeah,
But I
no,
don't
but
know
like
his
his
I don't
real
know-
actor
I don't
name.
know.
I don't
He's the
know.
dude. He was in.
He's in Shock Collar too.
Yeah.
Joe. That guy.
Oh, that's the guy?
Omri something.
Huh?
Omri.
Yeah, I don't-
Omri
I don't-
Hardwick.
I can't
something
think of
like
it.
I don't remember
Omari
his
Hardwick.
name, but
something
yeah,
like
I
that.
remember him being in Shot Caller.
Yeah.
I remember that guy. He was like the cop, right?
Was
or
Jesse
something?
Smollett in Power, or was that something else?
I don't even know who that is.
Jesse
I
Smollett.
don't know.
Smollett?
I don't know who that is.
Oh no,
Isn't
he
he
was
a
in Empire.
dick?
He was
Isn't
in
he
the
a
Empire.
huge
He was in
dick?
Empire.
Probably.
You know that dude that like said
In
that he
real
got
life.
jumped, and then like
Oh,
he
yeah,
faked
yeah,
it,
yeah.
and he was on
Oh,
that
you know
TV
who
I,
the
show.
I think it's Empire.
I think
Really.
that kid went to PC. Yeah.
So who do you like know on the like Jaguars? Who's your best friend?
Back
on
to the
Jaguars?
Jags.
Yeah, back to the Jags.
Like
My
someone
best
killed
friend. I think I'm cool with everybody. You know, still learning everybody and figuring out. We just been only there for, like, I was there from May 9th till when I came 2 days ago. So
It's a
just
long time.
we've been with all the rookies. The rookies are all really
Yeah.
good guys, and you know all the vets are really welcoming and stuff like that. So it's been solid.
Have you met Tom Coughlin?
I have. TK's
Yeah, no, yeah.
TK's roommate
Old
in
high,
college.
high school football coach's old roommate.
in
So a
college.
little
Wow,
connection there
Nuts.
still.
So, what else could we talk about then?
things entertaining
we
in
cut to?
Jacksonville? What have you done down there?
we
Like
cut
other
to?
than
It's
play
actually
football?
really not. It's really hot. Like today's hot, but down there it's just really, and it sticks to you. It's just really hot. But like the beach is dope. They got that that Autobahn thing in the mall, the go karts.
Yeah.
They had that Jacksonville. They took us and we did that. Went deep sea fishing about a week ago. So it's still a lot to do. It's really dope. I mean, they take care of us, so that's the best part about it. Like everything, it's different. It's like being in New York and North Carolina and then going out to Florida, real different. So it's kind of cool.
Was it like a shock, like when you like signed your contract, or was it just like
it was,
have you just been working so hard that it wasn't even like?
No, it's definitely a surreal moment. It's one of those things where you just sit there and you're like, wow, I finally have gotten to the NFL, but you haven't done anything yet. Like, you haven't made the team, haven't done anything like that. So it's still, you're putting in all the hard work, but at the same time, it's always good to be like, man, I am actually doing this. You know what I mean? I'm not praying I'm going to do it or hoping I'm doing the thing, and it's on you now. It's on you whether you make the team or not. So it's just
in high school, did you think that you were gonna like?
Depends what year. Depends what year you ask me.
Why? What?
Depends. Sophomore year, I didn't know what I was gonna do, and then after junior year, it was kind of like, okay, I'm gonna go play college football and try to keep going as far as I can go, and
take it a year at a time.
Exactly.
So how was it like when you first walked into the locker room or wherever you first saw the whole team? Like, did you kind of have to like keep it chill, like seeing like Leonard Fournette and like Nick Foles and all these guys in the Jaguars? Were you like kind of freaking out, or were you kind of just playing it cool?
It was. You play it cool. You're a professional too, and it's really cool to see those guys. Like you grew up watching and stuff like that, but you got to take it back and realize you're there too, and you know it's an exciting time. But it's definitely a really cool thing, especially when you grow up watching people and doing crazy stuff and watching games, and you're like, wow, I'm in the locker room with them. I'm on their team right now, so it's also more motivation. You see how hard those guys work and the time and effort they put in, so you want to get to there and be able to say, I'm doing the same type of thing.
Have you even talked to Nick Foles? Because he's my guy.
I have.
I'm a big Nick Foles fan.
Really?
I'm a huge Nick Foles guy. I was a big Nick Foles Eagles supporter. Like, I thought that. I mean, you probably can't talk about this either, but I'll just say it. But I thought that he was just going to be better for the Eagles than Carson Wentz, just because, like, for some reason, it just seemed like they rallied around him.
I don't know. I think that they'll be fine.
Yeah, no, they'll be fine for sure. Carson Wentz is mad good, but what can you say about Daniel Jones, Giants fans like this?
Give him a little background on with Daniel Jones.
A great dude. I mean, just another dude comes from humble beginnings. Yeah. Like he started his career at Duke as a walk-on, and after the second day we saw him throw the ball, we knew he was gonna be, the guy, and he's done everything in his power to get there, and he's a beast. That's all I can say about him. That's flat out beast.
6th pick to the Big Apple, dude.
Yeah, I was shocked. I was definitely shocked.
You are sweating.
That. Yeah. It's hot down
me
here.
too.
It is hot down here.
I was shocked.
It's always hot down here.
Definitely.
Yeah, fuck, man, that's crazy. Were you good friends with him at Duke?
That was my roommate.
Damn. Damn, dude. I'm in shock right now.
That's
fucking
nuts.
high profile fucking NFL player. You think you got a good shot at making the team?
I do. I'm confident in what I can do. So I'm excited about it.
You gotta love the confidence.
I fucking love this guy. Especially this guy is just the best question answer.
Yeah, bro.
Had a lot of practice.
Yeah, did you have to do a lot of practice? I
could tell that you've just been answering
a lot of training, like for interviews and stuff like that?
No, not really. I mean, for the most part, like when you, like high school is like, it's whatever. Like anybody can come interview you and whatever. Mm-hmm. But when you get to college, you kind of go through like our first year there. When we first got on campus, they kind of did like a little hour like seminar on like, just the positive, negative. Don't say this. Don't disrespect somebody. Don't do that. And after a while, you go through your first interview and you say kind of the same thing, and then you kind of get a feel for it, and you get to meet the reporters, and you end up knowing them, developing relationships. So after that, it's easy. Like it's like talking to your friend, and it's like back and forth. But it is funny because you get people who will ask you questions and try to get you to say negative things about people. And
did they do that like during the draft? Like would people try to like poke a hole in your character, like try to like trick you and see if like you pass the test?
No.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
I don't think anybody tried to trick me or anything like that. They just want to know straight up, real regular questions. It wasn't anything sketchy or anything like that. It was just all straight up. I mean, the only time you ever got that was when you were going, it's maybe on a Thursday we had interviews and stuff like that, media, and people asked you a question about an opposing player. What do you think about this guy?
You just gotta be
Yeah.
he's a great player. Like
Yeah, well, you just gonna. I mean, you respect talent, and you're
Yeah.
not gonna. It's stupid to give somebody fire to
yeah,
get motivated for a game. So, I think the biggest thing is you just have to remain level-headed and remember that you got to be humble, because if you say something and you don't put up your end of the deal, you look even worse. And then they have a story. That's what the media is everybody's just looking for a story. So you give them the one you want to give them. Don't give them one that you have no clue about.
yeah. Because like you always hear stuff about like players saying like, "Oh, they asked me the weirdest questions during the combine."
Yeah.
You know that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it just depends on who you are. I don't think
Yeah.
I mean,
I feel
for
like
the
maybe
most part, I
guys
didn't get
with
anything
like
crazy.
yeah,
So this is podcast number 5.
yeah.
this
we
is
made
first
one.
guest.
Yeah, but
You're
He's the
First
first
guest.
guest.
Honorary.
we got yeah.
Shout out Big Riv. I didn't see it on his IG. I
shit.
was
Yeah, he's
rolling
the
with
plug.
supporters.
Dude. He's the
You
plug.
got the local
We
supporters.
need to get Rip plugging it, because
Did you watch any of it?
I watched the first 2. I didn't even know that you had the next 2 or 3 out, but
we only had the third one out.
We made the fourth
Only
one. We
three's
didn't
out
release
right
it
now,
yet,
yeah.
and then this is the 5th one, and then we're gonna take it from there. But
Bar Wave next.
yeah,
You heard about Bar Wave?
I saw on Instagram again
Brazilian Riv.
a bunch of people posting.
Yeah.
Riv post.
No, I saw it on Lonnie Rivera.
Yeah. He
I
is
saw a bunch
Bosco.
of them.
wow.
Our
Lonnie
friend,
Rivera is plugging Barway,
Yeah.
huh?
I don't know if you know our friend Michael Savisco.
Yeah, no, I
from
know.
Bosco. Yeah.
What, Civ, right?
Yeah,
Civ?
Civvy.
Yeah.
So him and our other friend Jesse and I think a couple other people got together, a year ago? And just got like this app together of just checking in like to bars that you go to. So you just go
basically,
online
like-
and see where your friends are at.
Oh,
Good
okay.
idea.
That's, yeah. No, I mean, that's
Been
good.
working.
I mean,
Looks
so you
like
don't
it's
show up
working out,
somewhere
yeah.
and there's nobody there, and then
Yeah.
you're just like, I'm sick, and then
Yeah.
have to Uber again.
Yeah. Say like the older you get, you're not at these bigger pre-games to the bars.
Mhm.
You're with a couple of your friends, where people going out. It's good app.
Definitely is
Definitely
crazy that they
suggest it.
made something and it's in the App Store. I mean, that's crazy.
Definitely didn't need
You
that
know?
Duke because we just went to the same place.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's like the same at Cortland. Like you're just not gonna need it at Cortland. There's like one bar.
Yeah.
Like
That's how Duke
Yeah.
is.
I think I feel like it's better for like a little older people, not college kids,
Like
because you
20s,
know where to go in
like
college.
20s?
Yeah, no,
Word
I think
gets
it's a
around.
like
definitely,
at White Plains.
Like I'm
maybe,
saying,
or-
yeah, like
especially if you're somewhere new too. If you just move somewhere, and I mean, not that you
great
know
point.
friends or
Great
anything,
point.
but you move somewhere and hey, what's the
what's
best
the
bar
most
to go
popular
to?
thing
And
around here?
Yeah.
Yeah, kids my age. I think it connects through Facebook. I'm not sure if it's fully.
Yeah, I think so.
It does, yeah.
I
So-
think we got some updates. iOS 12 coming out. I think they can update something.
We'll get some more
They do
information.
constantly like update it. Like,
Yeah, no.
I saw that they were coming out with a new update.
Definitely get more information from Civ and Jess.
So weird, like
coming up.
right after college, it's just like everyone's just like, we just
Time's
let's
ticking.
fucking make a podcast
Yeah, man. You know?
because we're not in the NFL.
Well,
It's
yeah, we're
either-
not doing anything.
For me, it was either the NFL or a podcast.
Then what made you choose podcast, man?
Way too much work in the NFL. Way too much work. Could not go through all that stuff. I think I would actually get fired like immediately
Oh,
because I can't like.
You would get
I
fired
can't
from
fired?
the NFL.
Well, I would
You
get
let go.
yeah, let
right?
go. If I was good at football,
How did you get that first contract?
because
Yeah,
like
how-
I feel like
yeah.
I just can't answer questions like seriously. Like this is even a change of pace. Like we have to actually like he's super like good and like he's good at answering questions. Like when we make the other podcast, I am cursing every other sentence. Like I just say the dumbest stuff. Like I would just be terrible.
getting
at that
older.
stuff.
Hey, we're already getting older. We're already getting wiser. We're already getting
Aging
more mature.
rapidly,
You know,
as they say.
as the weeks go
you
on.
You learn trial by combat, right? That's what it is.
Game of
You
Thrones.
go through, first one might be a little rough, but you start smoothing out the edges.
Yeah, that's true.
This guy, man, this guy is so good at this, dude. He is so good at that. I think he might be the nicest guy I've ever met. Jesus, man.
with him. You should be in
Give
a
me
Yeah,
your
you should-
top
you should
three.
be in
Top
it.
three nicest guys.
Top 3 nicest guys I know:
Yeah.
Joe. I don't even know
Other
my
two.
dad, and I can't even.
So the one better be good.
No. How about
Or someone you think is like really, really nice. You don't have to be friends with them.
shit? I don't know. I can't answer that. Joe and my dad. They're my idols. My 2 idols. Wait, when you come home, is everyone like Joe? Is
I
everyone
mean,
trying to
I
see you in the
kinda-
bar and shit?
I kind of stick to, my same, what of it, 6 of us
Yeah.
from St. Joe's, and that's
St.
really
Joe's
it. And then if I go out with them, it's,
Yeah.
hey, what's up, and keep it moving.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
trying to, if I haven't talked to you in 4 years, there's no point in talking to you now, you know what I mean?
Yeah, see.
I'm one of those people.
But you gave us a shot, right?
I mean, I know y'all though. I knew
Yeah,
y'all in high
yeah,
school.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's not like I didn't ever speak to y'all. Like I've seen you
Yeah,
guys when we were
yeah.
out in high school and stuff like that. So
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
We had you remember driver's ed?
yeah, we did have drivers.
We used the driver's
You
ed.
guys had
Right?
driver's ed
Yes.
together?
Yeah.
We did have
Oh my
drivers.
God.
What's that guy's Mr. Van?
Mr. Van, yeah.
I
He
think
passed away,
Yeah,
though.
he did
Rest
pass
in
away.
peace.
He did pass away. He
R.I.P.
did pass away.
That was insane. That
It was a great
driver's ed.
class.
That was a scary class. He used to have me scared to drive.
I think I drove one time with him, and he
I
gave
did
me
drove
my.
one too.
And you're supposed to do 4.
I drove.
Four
Yeah,
You're
times
supposed to
with
do
him?
like 6.
I
I
drove
think
twice
six.
with him.
6.
And I think I drove once with him, and he made me do a bunch of errands for him. I had to drive him to the bank.
What?
I drove him to the grocery store.
You know, I drove
swear to
I
God.
drove to CVS once and just dropped him off, and then he came back in.
Yeah, I was literally
We
doing
went
his
back,
errands
and
for
my
him.
dad picked me up, and I passed for getting my
And then
senior
I
license.
passed, yeah. Nuts, bro.
That's how you get your senior license now in Rockland County. You
Yeah.
just go
It's big
drive
clutch.
the old guy around to get groceries.
Yeah, but now there's no way to do it. Now
No,
you
they
gotta
still
do it
got
the
they still got
old-fashioned
certain classes though.
They
I think
do?
they run out of South though.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. But I think those are more serious. I think you
Oh,
actually,
for real.
you can't bullshit.
Can't just drive
Who
one.
was it? Who was it who was calling his phone during the class and he kept picking it up and got mad and ended up
Who
leaving
else?
his phone?
We
in
had
his car?
Will. We had Will in the class, and
Was Shane in that class?
Shane.
No, Shane wasn't in it.
No, Biggie was in the class. Remember, Biggie got
Biggie?
kicked out of the class.
Yeah, Biggie got kicked
Biggie
out
got
and
kicked
still got his certificate. He didn't go to like the last 6.
I don't even.
Damn.
I honestly don't know if I ever got mailed my certificate.
I don't think I did either,
think I
actually,
got
no.
mine
I think
either.
it was kind of just waste. I think we wasted money on that.
Maybe we did.
I kind of
But
just did
you
it so
drive,
my
so-
dad would let me drive.
My
that
dad,
long.
yeah, my mom and dad let me drive, like,
Yeah.
as if I had it, but I don't think I even really had it, you know?
No, I don't. I never received it.
I never received the certificate for sure.
I
And
didn't even do driver's ed.
yeah, so you did the
It
old
depends.
fashioned
Like, yeah.
What do you have to
just
do if you
showed
go?
Some
up.
parents just don't even know like there's driving rules in
I-
when in Rockland or in New York when you get your license.
I did like
First.
one lesson with
Well,
this guy.
ours are way less strict too than Jersey was.
Yeah, like we get our license at 16 and a half. We're allowed to drive by ourselves, and Jersey's 17. But like
Jersey,
they're
you
supposed
can't
to be.
even drive in New York.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Wait, what?
Yeah, when you get your
In
license,
Jersey,
for like the
I don't
first
think-
year and a half,
Oh,
you can't
damn.
drive in.
You can't drive by yourself in Jersey until you're 17. In New York, it's 16 and a half.
and you can't drive
16
out of
and
the,
a half?
and you can't
Yeah.
drive out of the state.
Is it?
I didn't know you guys knew so much about driving.
We went
Isn't
to
that-
school in
Well,
New
we had
Jersey.
driving
Oh,
class
that's
in
true. I
class.
forgot about
we had
that.
The,
And we had a
Dumb as
driver's
shit.
ed like class
I'm
in our
dumb.
high school too.
Yeah.
You had driver's ed class in.
High
Like
school.
we took like I think the New Jersey test for just no reason because we didn't even live in New
Well, we had to
Jersey.
take it because we had to like.
It
Pass,
was like part of
'cause it
our
was a-
class.
Yeah.
Oh,
So like for students that live in New Jersey, that actually was their like driver's test.
yeah.
The written one was through
The
St.
permit
Joe's.
test. The permit test.
Permit test, yeah. And we
Mhm.
just like took it for a test grade.
In high school, were you like, this kid's just works so much harder than I do? Like, he's just.
I mean, I thought I was gonna be in the NBA. No message.
Yeah,
Yes.
you guys have a long history at
You
St.
guys played
Paul.
basketball?
Played
basketball
ball
history.
for a long time.
So you guys have known each other
Fourth
for
grade
a long
CYO,
time.
all we know
Too.
is winning.
Yeah,
And losing
all
in
we-
like championships.
in the
and
championship.
stuff. We lose in the
Holy
playoffs and
shit.
championships, but we at least have a good winning percentage.
Yeah,
I
that's
probably
true.
had the
Right.
worst.
Even in high school, we had a good winning
Yeah, we
percentage.
won and just lost in playoffs all the time.
We won the games we were really not supposed to win, and then when
Yeah.
it came down to it,
Whatever,
we're like,
yeah.
we can actually win this game. It was no.
You were always the butt of like
We fell
every
short.
like an away gym. Everyone was always chanting
Yeah.
about. Joe's
See, it was the
football.
most like
Yeah.
like football seasons before
Yeah,
basketball
yeah.
And it was-
season.
it was
obviously
funny
the most
because-
known person.
What was it? Remember we played Bosco, and I had I'd gotten my Duke offer, but I
Mhm.
put
Oh my
University
god.
of Duke, which is Duke
yeah.
University. So I got flamed by alumni and stuff on Twitter and a bunch of people. And so I deleted the tweet. You know, I mean, fair mistake. You know, fair mistake. And got to the basketball game. They had it printed out, Xerox, and it was right there. And I was getting
already had
blamed
literally 2
in a
hours
warm up.
later.
And I thought it was hysterical. And then we ended up losing that game. We were supposed to win that, and it was just.
I remember what was it at DePaul? We were.
That was
That
our
was a
first
great
game.
They
game.
thought that we were like Joe's
home
like
section.
yeah. It was like
Yeah,
it
we
was
were
everyone
going
from
nuts.
South. It was like
We almost got
Brendan,
murdered.
obviously.
Yeah.
It was all of them, and they were like yelling at us. I thought we were about to get in a fight.
I thought we were about to get murdered walking out of the Paul gym. They were
gets
just going,
violent.
remember they were going nuts?
It gets
That was a
violent.
hostile
Some of
crowd
those
now.
games
That
get
was a
violent.
hostile crowd.
Oregon
They were like you
Bosco,
guys
Joey
like they were
Bosco.
yelling at us like we were on the football team.
Yeah.
We were
You
like,
remember we lost to Bosco when we missed the buzzer beater at the end. We had the perfect play, John.
that was a sick game, bro.
Nate.
That when you threw it full court.
Shout
Yeah,
out
I
Nate.
caught it, and then
Yeah.
everyone was like, "You should have took the layup," and I was like, "Absolutely not. This is not coming
That
down
was
on
a
me."
great play.
Yeah, that was a great play.
Shout out
That was like the
Nate.
Christian Leitner
Yeah,
thing.
Nate Garvey hitting four
lost the
four
Bosco.
parts of the rim.
We lost the Bosco.
Coming out.
Yeah, it was the Kawhi thing, but without the happy ending.
Yeah, literally. I was like, yeah, same exact
It literally
shot.
bounced 1 to the front, and then stopped for a second and just popped out. And I was like, "There's no way."
Pretty sure he threw one down that game.
Yeah, he did.
He probably
I
did.
think right away.
And then we beat Bergen at home, and he dunked. We had no
Yeah,
time left, and I gave him the
we
ball, and he
fought.
dunked. That one started a fight right there. That was another one.
Our coach literally tried to fight the Bergen coach after the game because he got pissed that we dunked the ball after.
Because we beat
Started
them.
move.
Was that in
Just
state?
started. He's just. Yeah,
That
it was
wasn't
a state.
state.
Is he hard-nosed?
playoffs, Yeah,
Because we had
yeah,
we freaking,
great coach.
What we went 4-1 against Bergen that year,
Yeah,
and we
they beat us
lost in the
one,
county
of course,
game,
in
the
the
one we
play-
needed to win.
Playoffs
Like,
lose, but in the real games.
Bergen, like, I feel like when I watch him, I was like, they're not even that good.
they had a lot.
They
of,
had that
were
big
good.
They had a lot of
marquee
talented
kid.
players.
They always had like the most talented recruiting kids. They would recruit kids from overseas.
They had an Italian kid.
They literally had multiple people
I
that
feel like
don't
you guys
live in
are
the
always
country
better
on
than
their
them,
team.
though.
It's because we just
They're
had
more
swag.
talented, but we played.
We just had swag.
Yeah.
You did have Chauncey had a lot of swag. He was extremely
went
swaggy.
viral on Twitter.
He did go viral on Twitter.
That's how you get swag.
We just had swag, and we had fun. Like, we weren't as serious. I guess like it's bad and good, but we weren't as serious as everybody. But we were just like, all right, we're gonna go out there and we're gonna just get in your
Yeah.
face and we're
Yeah,
gonna
we're
make you
not-
uncomfortable
yeah.
type thing. Because remember,
We were just so much more grittier than everyone else.
because I Lance Steven, that
literally-
kid from Bergen, remember I blew in his face after
Yeah.
he wouldn't back up, so I was just.
Our starting lineup literally was 5 guys between 6'1" and 6'3", or
Yeah,
6'2"
that's
and
it.
a half. And we just played.
And we just ran. After it took me about 2.5 weeks to catch up to everybody else being in shape, but once I got out of football mode and back to basketball,
Did you end
we
up?
just ran
How many pickup games did you play at Duke? Basketball
all the time.
All the time.
All the
With
time.
like players.
Yeah, we always because Daniel's a big.
Oh yeah, you probably know a
big
bunch of Duke
basketball-
players.
Big basketball guy. So I mean, his brother plays at Davidson now, but he's a big basketball family. We'd always go play pickup. I mean, we'd play with whoever's in the gym, but
You
normally
made
we'd
the
get.
team?
I think so.
You know
It's
RJ?
pretty sick.
R.J. Barrett.
Yeah.
No, I don't know this younger class as well as the kids I met.
You know, like Grayson Allen and shit.
I know Grayson Allen, but not well. Like,
You're more friends
like
with
Luke
Kennard,
Kennard
right?
was
Yeah.
a good friend of ours, and like that class kind of
Mm.
we stuck with our class. You know, when the guys come in, everybody has their class. So
He actually did pretty good
younger
this year.
dudes. Yeah, he's
Kennard.
solid. He's a solid dude.
I always thought he was going to be good, and then like he kind of had a slow rookie year, but he's starting to get good.
He was starting to get in the rotation.
No
Big
one
time.
knows.
Dude,
Dude, in the
Was he
playoffs, he was
starting?
like their best player.
Yeah, he was.
No one cares about Detroit at all.
Yeah.
That sucks.
D Rose.
D Rose just went
Now
there.
people are gonna care about
love
Detroit.
D-Rose.
I guess.
People
D-Rose
love
fans.
D Rose.
I just love his
There's a
story. You gotta
whole
love his
D-Rose
story.
cult out
This
there.
guy.
How could you not love D Rose?
It's a
No,
great
I don't
story.
not
Dude,
love
When
D
he scored
Rose.
50 points this past year, I was crying at the end of the game when he was crying. That was
Yeah.
one of the greatest moments of my life.
Remember he
I
came
feel
to the Knicks
from
and we
the
thought
Knicks.
that we were going to make the playoffs?
Think about it. He was like Russell Westbrook and Dame before they were there.
Yeah,
Oh,
Before
he
they were
had
in the NBA.
so much
he
bounce.
won the MVP.
He won the MVP. He was
And
number
then
one team in the East. I mean,
Oh.
you had to go through LeBron. It's just
Yeah.
what it is.
It's
But
heartbreaking. And he's such a good dude. He's such a humble dude.
yeah,
That's why, too. That's why it sucks.
That one dunk he had at the Suns, I think,
They got
Yeah, on Goran Dragic.
Yeah.
it was ridiculous.
And the
He said
announcer's
that's
going
his
nuts.
favorite dunk too.
of all time.
Yeah.
He literally looked like he was floating.
You know, he used to fly.
How many dunks, if you had to add it up, how many dunks did we have in high school as a high school basketball team? I think that was our
Only
downfall.
eight. We only
probably
had-
had like 4
Like, literally,
seasons.
the tallest guy on our team was 6'2". We just
Nate
had
was
5,
probably like
6
the only guy that
Nate was like
could
6'3".
consistently dunk.
Nobody attempted a dunk besides Nate, I don't think. Jermaine, maybe?
Well, anytime I went to
What about
anytime I
Pekovic?
went up for a layup in senior year, I would pop my shoulder.
What about
really-
Pekovic?
You stayed on the wing. It was
on the wing.
quick threes. 3 and D guy right there.
Yeah.
Biggest
Solid
3 and D guy. Chandler Parsons. That's what we used to call him.
Ain't true.
He had the Chandler
Yeah,
Parsons
right.
haircut.
He did have the Chandler Parsons
I
haircut.
literally think put a pick stitch up of like half Chandler Parsons. And I looked at it the other day. I'm like, why the hell did I do this?
So who's just St. Joe's posse with you guys? Like it's you two, Shane, McKinless,
Will Rivera.
Will,
Alex Perez.
Ugo,
Perez.
Perez.
Perez. That was our
Squad.
that's like our lunch table too.
So,
That was-
yeah. It's all, pretty much almost all New York kids that went to Jersey High
Yeah.
School.
Basically. And
Except-
Perez and Sean.
Except Sean Perez, who played football and basketball with us.
How did you decide that you're gonna go to Joe's and not like you're from Nyack, right?
Yeah, it was done. My brother went to St. Joe's, so
Is he older than you?
he's 6 years older than me. So it was kind of set in stone from that
Yeah.
point on.
All right.
And you got a younger brother too, right? Who plays lacrosse at Duke.
He's a beast, I hear.
beast.
Yeah, he did his thing. He was ACC Player of the Year this year. So
Jesus
or
Christ.
defensive Player of the Year, which is still good. I mean,
That's a
like,
family.
That is a family right there. That's right up there with the McMahons.
Yeah. Oh my god.
You know the
I
McMahons?
don't.
God.
They have like
They have like
5 girls.
11 girls in their family, and they're all just
And
go to
they're
Stanford,
all-
UCLA, like for
That's
lacrosse.
That's how.
Congrats to them.
Yeah.
That's
Great family.
It's crazy. Like Ben's family is the same way. My roommate in college, my other roommate,
Yeah.
he
Well,
played.
Daniel Jones,
so
too.
Daniel Jones' family's ridiculously athletic too, because so Ben's family, he has an older sister, won a national championship in volleyball at Stanford.
Mhm.
Ben played football at Duke. His younger sister plays volleyball at USC, and his younger brother is going to Stanford to play football, and he's a beast.
This is
Absolutely.
the other. This is
My
the
other
other
roommate.
linebacker on Duke. That's
And then
my best friend.
Daniel, his older sister played field hockey at Davidson. Daniel went to Duke and was starting quarterback, and the rest is history. His younger brother played basketball at Davidson, and his younger sister just is enrolling at Duke, and she's going to be a goalie on the soccer team.
That's crazy. Some families are just like that. The McCaffreys are like that too, I think.
Yeah.
They got a bunch of.
Well, I played with Max McCaffrey.
Yeah.
Who,
He was on Duke.
He was on Duke. He's Christian McCaffrey's older brother.
what position?
Receiver.
Oh damn.
You guys had a good team.
We did. We were.
You guys had a sick defense.
We were solid. We were always
Defense
solid. We
was
just,
very
we never had as much
Injuries.
depth as anybody. And
Yeah.
we had some injuries every year, and it kind of hurt us.
Cornerback.
Yeah,
got
Mark.
hurt. That hurt.
Mark
Yeah,
got
he
hurt
was
this
good
year.
too, right?
Really good. Really good.
But what's he doing? Is he?
He's got another year. He came back. He's rehabbing and stuff like that. But that was a big loss for us this year. And then both our linebackers got hurt this year, and we had lost a D tackle. I think we had, by the time that, so I was the 5th starter on defense who got hurt, and then in the following week, the 2nd leading tackler on our team broke his leg, and he was out. So then we had, by the end of the season, the last 3 games of the season, we probably, out of the starters that started the season, we probably had 4 guys still playing out of the
Damn.
starters.
Injuries, dude. Injuries just suck.
Yeah.
Especially when
You're literally wearing a sling right.
So
Still don't believe it, but
Especially when they pile up, man. That's just what happens sometimes. To just
Yeah, I mean,
and
it happens. It's
Yeah.
you play the game, and
Yeah.
sometimes you have bad luck. But I think we were still we did a very good job this year for what we had. I mean,
yeah, 100%.
we went. One of my good friends came in. We lost Daniel and took over and went 2-0 as a starter and won big games.
The quarterback, right?
At Baylor.
Yeah, he was
quarterback
good.
next year, right?
Yep, won
He was
big
good.
games at Baylor and won a big one against NCCU. We needed to win to be 4-0 going into our first ACC game. So I think we had guys step up, and at their point, you can step up until it just everything catches up to you. Exhaustion and stuff like that.
Daniel Jones a tough guy too, wasn't he? Like, because I remember we were like, "There's no
Big
way he's
guy.
gonna play next game," and then he just played.
I know
Yeah,
he
I
was
thought he
playing.
broke his collarbone,
he did.
too.
Yeah,
He did.
And I
He
think
was
didn't they
right
like
there.
talk about how some Duke student made like a
Yep. So 2 kids who are in our class, 2 of my good friends, they're both now working on this project to try to start selling it more. They worked with the lacrosse team this year and helped make, like wrist protectors, but they're using 3D printing pads, and solid. They custom fit it to right here, so it's covering that perfectly. It wasn't uncomfortable. You could throw with it, and it helped us out a lot. I can tell you that.
what did we do at Cornwall?
you got
dude?
students
What
at
did
you
we
got
do?
students at Duke who are still in school making things like this.
People are
And you think
curing
of what-
cancer.
We spoke
Yeah,
about
yeah,
this.
program.
Remember in the movie Annihilation? You ever see the movie
I
Annihilation?
haven't seen that.
Well, in the beginning of the movie, it's just a college class, and they're learning like how to cure cancer in the class. There's nothing close to that at Cortland. Like, there's nothing like.
I just feel like I wasted 4 years of my life at Cornwall.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. No, you know what? Maybe
No.
not though, because we need.
You know what? No.
We need some degrees, all right?
I
We need a
guess.
couple of degrees.
Degrees help.
We're gonna
Degrees
make.
do help.
We're gonna make something out of them, right?
Absolutely.
You stay for your degree.
I did. I graduated in 3.5.
Wow.
Was there any were you always gonna stay for 4 years? Like,
So I still had another year left, and I think it just came down to I was ready to go.
yeah,
I never when I first got to school, the whole thing is like, yeah, I'm gonna play 3 years and I'm out.
yeah,
And then I redshirted my first year, and then it was kind of like reality check. I mean, it was different.
Yeah.
You get through, you get bigger, stronger, faster, and you learn the system. And then after that, after my first year playing, I did my thing, and then second year I was kind of like, maybe I should leave, maybe not. And then I came back this past year, and I really didn't make a decision until I was home. and I thought about it with my parents and whatnot, like that I was gonna leave because, you know, it's hard to pass up free school and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I mean, I don't regret anything I've done so far. I'm happy with what I did.
Great parents, man. I remember I sat next to him at one of your St. Joe's games. They were just
they're probably in the
super
game. They
supportive.
probably thought they were in the game.
Yeah, they were going nuts. I remember Andrew like went down with a shoulder injury. They were like, no. Classic
Great
Andy
people.
just going down with a shoulder injury during the game.
Yeah, well, we've been, like you said, we've been at it for what? Forever.
5th grade.
Damn, that's nuts.
My dad would always like, he's probably biased, but like, unbiasedly say to get Franco like juiced up for the game. It's like I still think you're better than me. It's like I'm taking you.
Dad's such a motivation guy. Your dad's a motivation guy.
One of those Glory Road Bobby Joe Hill moments.
Yeah,
Joe.
yeah.
I think I'm still taking Bobby Joe. That was Franco.
That's hilarious. What kind of coach was your dad?
He was more X's and O's.
He
But no, he motivated a little bit.
It was motivational, but it was never.
I mean,
it was never a yeller. You know,
Never
he was a strong talker. Strong talker.
Strong talker. Hey.
Hey.
One of those.
Yeah. It wasn't ever like he's gonna get on you. You know, because we had fun. We were winning, so there was nothing to yell about.
Yeah.
Really got a lot of experience at the Catholic Youth Organization League. That's his highest experience.
Not similar success for either of us.
Yeah, we had some brutal CYO teams.
I had long hair down to my fucking shoulders. So I was sitting on the end of the bench. We were like 0-12 every year.
Yeah,
Like,
I think I actually had the
2-10.
lowest winning percentage in CYO history, probably.
I was rivaling that then. We dropped to the B League.
Yeah,
So did we.
Like they were you
Eighth
in
grade.
the A League and then went to the B League?
I think we were in the A League, lost every
forever.
game, and then we were in the B League, and we lost in the championship to St. Augustine's. They had Laurent.
We lost in the
Should've been
semis to
18.
St.
We
Augustine.
lost to Laurent. He was on the team.
Yeah,
All
he
right,
moved
the
up.
grade.
He was on the B team one year,
Yeah.
and he just dominated.
Yeah.
They were homegrown.
Bullshit.
St. Augustine's was homegrown talent.
And then
we kind of
CMAC.
recruited a little bit.
We recruited. We
I
was
didn't
out there.
live. I should have played for St. Francis.
Yeah, you fucking.
You're such a bastard.
We went. We wanted to make the first super team.
We
We did what LeBron did. We did what LeBron did. We went, made a super team. We went all the way to the chip, and we lost to the Spurs. That team was filthy.
Bro,
I'll never forget that
I
team.
fucking love the Spurs.
Well, we didn't. Well, they were, what was that kid's name?
Not a
He
Spurs
played-
fan.
What
not
was
a
that kid's
Spurs fan.
name?
What?
The kid who freaking was lights out when we played. We played in the state championship. That kid was lights out.
Oh, Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan, filthy. To
Holy
this
shit.
day, gave
And
me
he went
30.
and played college basketball. He was
Yeah.
on Notre Dame for a little bit, right?
Yeah. Then he went to
Keeps
Notre
transferring.
He's at Vanderbilt
and
now.
then he just transferred to
Some
Couldn't tell you.
Chattanooga or
some-
something.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah. Who cares?
gave me 30 in 5th grade.
Yeah. Do care about
Ty
that.
Jerome went
Ty Jerome,
rocketed
another
past
local
him.
product.
Yeah. You know Ty
Dog.
Jerome, right?
Yeah.
Where was
Yeah.
he from?
He went to Iowa
Iona
Prep.
I don't
He
even
played
know
with
where
Matt
that
Ryan.
is. Okay. I don't know where the hell that is.
Those are some crazy games. The Duke Virginia games this year were some crazy games.
Yeah. Stephen A. Smith said today was the worst day in Knicks history.
Because
Well, like
everyone,
yesterday, but this morning
everyone
was
got
waking up and the
fooled.
worst
Everyone
day in
got
Knicks
fooled
history.
again.
I just
Everyone
think
was
it
like,
was
we're
crazy
definitely
how-
getting Durant.
The Knicks, this whole season, it was set in stone, like who they were getting.
Yeah.
And then when they didn't get Zion, and then Brooklyn came and took the next two people they were going to get, and it's like, if it was like the Magic, nobody would have said anything, but it's your
Exactly.
neighbor.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Exactly.
If he went back
It's-
to Golden State, I wouldn't have been pissed.
It's like you were
Okay
like,
with
it's
it.
like you love these two hot girls, and like you're almost getting them to come to your house, and your neighbor's like, oh, come over.
Yeah, your
They
neighbor.
just go to your neighbor's
Doesn't even
house.
just opens the door and
What the
waves.
fuck?
Not even your neighbor. One of your. What about if your
My-
a guy you thought that was your
My
best
brother, and he's
Yeah,
my
your
neighbor,
brother.
and it's like, yo,
Maybe not your brother.
Maybe
You
not
know,
your
My
brother.
brother. I
Maybe
hate-
maybe a little like a friend with
A
a
good friend
little
you're
rivalry.
competitive
Yeah,
with,
very
yeah.
competitive friend.
Your younger stepbrother.
it's like Andy.
who
If
you thought
Andy,
you
if
liked.
Andy was my neighbor and he got the two girls that I wanted, I'd be like, fuck you, Andy, your stupid shoulder.
What do I go for?
He doesn't like
I
that.
don't know.
He
where
doesn't
that
like
went.
that.
Come on,
I don't know where that went.
How about-
him while he's down, man.
Yeah, man, you're kicking him while he's down. He's got
Who
a
is it?
long,
Who is that?
He's got a
How
long
did you
road
get
to
here?
recovery. He's got a long road to recovery.
Yeah.
He can only use his offhand.
Well, he needs to work on his left.
Hey,
It's about
this'll-
time.
Hey, this will be a great time to get in the
Man, I
gym.
made it through high school basketball with just having a left hand.
That's true.
Couldn't get me to go right. Couldn't pay me to go right. Couldn't pay me to use my right hand. I made it work though.
You guys had a cool ass team. McKinless was cool in high school. This game, and then we went to Hobart, and it was like
Injuries,
hip.
injuries.
Yeah, Always injuries with you guys.
Whole
You
bunch.
St. Joe's guys. What did you injure at Duke?
I sprained my MCL.
And you're good now?
Good now, 100%.
Let's go. That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear.
So what was that rehab like for?
It was, I mean, it was different. I was just on the bike most of the time. I couldn't practice and everything, and
You
it was
rehab
crazy.
at the Cardinals facility, right?
No.
Or like near Arizona?
So where I train in Arizona,
Yeah, you know.
the guy who is where I go is the PT for the Cardinals.
There, that's
So I mean, I had a little stuff done, beforehand, but nothing crazy. I was mostly healed from that point. Like I started training, I was hitting the ground running. But when I got hurt, I thought I remember, not like you can watch the clip. I watched the clip 200 times at least. I can't tell you how I got hurt, what happened, but I remember,
weird.
just being there, and I was like, you think about it, and you're like, your knee hurts, whatever. And I got up, and I'm like, all right, it's not so bad. I can walk.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I got to the sideline, I was like, oh, I'm going to go back in the game. And my knee was about this big. And it was swollen. So they took me to the locker room. And once I got all the adrenaline out of me and everything like that, I couldn't walk. I couldn't even stand on it. So after like a couple days go by, I've been riding the bike and stuff. And I'm like getting ready because we play North Carolina next.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the game you want to play in. Like I know all those kids on that team. And we talk to the same people. Like we're all friends.
Mm-hmm.
And, those games you want to play. And I'm thinking I'm going to play because my knee's still swollen so it doesn't hurt as much. And the more the swelling went down, the more my knee started. I started to realize how bad it was. Like I couldn't plant, couldn't do anything. So I just rode the bike a lot. I mean, did a lot of like strengthening exercises. But that was really, it took me about 4 weeks, longer than that. It took me the last 4 weeks of the regular season and then the 6 weeks until the bowl game to, even at the bowl game, I could barely move and do things like that. So
I feel like when you get injured, your first thought was like, "No, I'm good," and then like after the game, you're like, "Oh, geez."
for the most part.
Clay Thompson goes,
Yeah.
give me 2 minutes, I'll be back at a torn ACL.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And I think it's just that adrenaline boost you get and everything like that. You're so high. It's like, yeah, I'm fine. And I mean, I've had moments like that. I remember we played when Andy and them came up. We played North Carolina, and it was ridiculously hot. And I thought I was gonna die on the field because of how hot it was. And
It's hot.
I remember after the game, I'm gassed. Like
yeah, like you don't even
shoulder, I had
realize.
ice all over my shoulders and stuff, and I'm exhausted. But I mean, we turned out to have a pretty good night after that, so it was made up for it.
Great
But
weekend.
the next day, it's like it's not so much like that day right after the game. It's the day after when you feel everything and it starts to get to you.
It's crazy because like you just watch like when we were watching the finals and like the announcer's like, "Oh, fatigue is starting to set," and like you just watch games and you're like, you think they're like machines, but like you're probably just gassed at some points.
Yeah,
Just,
I
like,
mean, you're in such good shape, but after a while, it doesn't matter. You're gonna break. And I mean, you look at the Warriors guys. They played the last 3 or 4 finals or 5 finals.
Yeah.
They're gassed. I mean, you play the longest season out of everybody in the NBA for 5 straight years. It's gonna catch up to you. And I mean,
it did.
What did LeBron go to the finals like 7 times in a row?
8 years in a row.
And he was playing in the Olympics some of those years.
Yep.
Like
She's ridiculous.
All right, yeah. Well, it was a good.
Joe, thanks for coming, man.
It was a good
appreciate
fucking
y'all
talk,
having
bro.
me. I really
Yeah,
do.
man.
Yeah.
On to Jacksonville.
Good luck in Jacksonville.
Remember,
We'll be rooting for you.
Of course,
Saxonville.
of course.
We'll grab some Giles-Harris Jags jerseys. Bring it back.
Yeah.
when you're the best LB in the league.
Yeah. And we're the #1 podcast in the world.
Yeah. in the world.
In the world.
All right, Joe Giles-Harris. Thanks for
Appreciate
coming,
y'all.
man.
Appreciate y'all.